Hi everyone, today we are finding area again. So we are on lesson 13.5 and the question says, how can you use this strategy solve a simpler problem to solve area problems? All right, let's get started. First, let's read the problem. Pull it out. Oh, right, and then give us a little diagram. A landscaper is laying turf for a rectangular playground. The turf will cover the whole playground except for a square sandbox. The diagram shows the playground and the sandbox. How many square yards of turf will the landscaper use? So you don't want to buy extra for this part, correct? So you want to make sure when you're buying, you buy just enough to cover the playground. You don't need any in here, so you don't want to waste it. You don't want to waste your money. So that's why this would be important. All right, so he's buying turf, and we're going to cover this amount, and we need the area. So we know that this sandbox is right here, and we're not covering that. And we know this is the dimensions of the playground. Try to squeeze that in. All right, so what do I need to find? I need to find how many blank the landscaper will use. How many square yards of turf? Is that what you said? If you said that, you are correct. I'm going to delete some of this. Square, I don't know why I made that capital, yards of turf. I'm going to delete some of this to make it look nice and neat back up here again. All right, so that's what I need to find out. The next question. What information do I need to use? So, the turf will cover what will the turf cover? The turf will cover the playground. Whoops, playground. The turf will not cover the sandbox. The width of the playground is 25 yards and 15 yards. All right, the side length of the square sandbox is 6. And if we know if it's square, then we know if this side is 6, then that side's 6, that side's 6, the whole thing is 6, correct? All right, how will I use this information? I can solve simpler problems. Find the area of the blank. What would I find the area of first? I could find the area of the playground. And then I could find the area of the totally spelled that wrong. Sandbox. So if I find the area of the playground and then I find the area of the sandbox, do we need to cover the sandbox? No. So what would I do? We don't need that section. So if I find the area of the playground, that's going to be this whole thing right here, including the sandbox. So then I could subtract, because I'm going to take out that piece. I don't need that. So I'm going to subtract the sandbox from I just really messed that up. Hold on. Sorry, let's fix this for a minute. From the playground. All right. Perfecto. So we're going to find the area of the whole area, which remember, if it's 25 by 15, we're going to that's going to even include the sandbox. So then we're going to find out the measurement, the area of the sandbox, and we're going to subtract it, right? Let's get started on that. So to solve the problem, first find the area of the playground. So the area of the playground, let's pull that out. Oops, sorry. The area of the playground. Well, we know that it is 25 yards. Whoops. Sorry. Let's get rid of that. There we go. "25 yards by," let me make this longer, 25 yards by 15 yards. And that is the area of the sandbox. So we're going to have to multiply those two together. And when we do that, why don't you pause the video and multiply those two together. So remember, you can do that Mario and Luigi, which is the standard algorithm, or you can do it the lattice way. So pause the video and find the total of that first. All right, did you just pause it and find the total of that? You should have gotten 375 square yards. All right, there you go. Now that was the total of the playground. Now what you have to do is you have to find the area of the sandbox. So remember, the sandbox is a square, so it's going to be the same for both. It's going to be 6 yards by 6 yards. So we all know that 6 times 6, when we multiply those two together, 6 times 6 equals 36. Now what you have to do is you have to subtract that, because you've gotten the total of this whole thing. Now you're going to take out that chunk of the center right there. It's almost like you have eaten part of a cake and you're taking the center out of that cake. So you have a whole cake and then you just took the center of the cake out. So if you just took that center piece out, that's what you're doing. So if you have 375 minus 36, what will you end up with? do your math. And if you need to pause it and do your math. All right, did you get 339 square yards? If you did, you are correct. If you didn't, go back and recheck your math. All right, so let's look at this again. So find the area. How can you use find the area strategy to solve a simpler problem to solve area problems? What we did was we found the area of the total first, then we found the area of the playground, and then we knew to subtract it. So it's just you have to do a couple steps to get to it, but it's not too hard. You guys can do it. You just got to do a couple steps before you get there. All right, if you have any questions, let me know. Bye, everyone.